I had a professor who said Native Americans were extinct, and so I wrote a Lumbee children's book as my final project for his class. Do you want me to read it to you? This is the physical copy, but I'm going to be reading from a digital version that I created. Just a little bit of backstory before I begin. So the book is centered around Henry, who you see right here, and he lives in Baltimore, Maryland, and actually lots of Lumbees live in Baltimore, Maryland, and lots of Lumbees moved there in the 1950s, including my own family too. My mama's side of the family moved there in the 1950s, and so she lived there until she was about 3. And so Henry is moving back to his tribal community, and he's never really lived there before, though of course he's visited there. And he's starting a brand new school, and he's just nervous that nobody is going to talk to him, like he's going to have no friends, nobody's going to know him. And so that's the context of the book. This is the author's note at the beginning of the book. It says, as a child, I read a lot of books. I read constantly. I love learning about new characters and exploring the world from my own house. The characters were fascinating. They might be adventurers, witches, wizards, doctors, lawyers, spies, explorers, or any other sort of person you could imagine. However, there was one thing they were not: Lumbee. As I grew older, I wondered why there were not more Native children's books or Native characters in children's books. In most children's books that do have Native characters, the way we are depicted is extremely inaccurate and outdated. I wanted to create a book that shows us in all the ways that I see us as teachers, storytellers, mothers, fathers, artists, and more. I wanted a book that looked something like our own communities. I hope that you enjoy Who's Your People as much as I enjoyed writing it. And now I'll begin the book. It was Henry's first day at a new school, and he was nervous as could be. He said, "Mama, Daddy, what do I do if no one talks to me?" His daddy said, "Son, don't worry." His mama said, "Baby, please don't cry. How could the kids not like you when you were my favorite guy?" So he got ready, put on his clothes, and prepared for his first day at his new school, and as he walked in, he tried to shake his nerves away. His teacher's name was Miss Locklear, and she talked just like his mama. And he could tell from just one look at her that she weren't up for no mess nor no drama. She said, "Hello, Henry, take a seat. We're about to get into this lesson." His mama looked at her and said, "He's a ball of nerves, honey. He really has been stressing." And that right there, that small exchange, put his nerves at bay. Did his mama know his teacher? Would she look after him today? He didn't have the time, though, to worry with all that. She quickly started with reading, then science, then history, then math. I know that's right, Miss Locklear. He then thought, my teacher knows my mom, but I bet no one else knows who I am. And then he met a janitor whose name was Mr. Sam. He said, "Henry, I knew your Grandma Hazel. She lived in Saddletree. She sewed the finest quilts that I did ever see. And your Grandpa Jerry made the best cornbread that I have ever ate. And once, a long, long time ago, I took your Aunt Rhoda out on a date. But please don't tell your Uncle Earl. Boy, he might kill me out. But son, it's sure good to see you. You'll do good here, I have no doubt." And just a quick note, I do have a grandma named Hazel, and I also have a granddaddy named Jerry, and he does make the best cornbread. And later on in the day, when he met Miss Oxendine, she said, "Boy, who's your people? And welcome to the land of the people of the pine. Them hunts in Fairmont, you said, off Five Forks? Boy, them hunts down there is a mess. I'm real good friend with your daddy's folks, but I just heard the bell, and I think it's time for recess." Henry walked outside thinking, how do these people know all my kin? I've had about 10 people say, "Boy, I know your mama and them." And once he got outside, he met a new friend named Paxton. This little boy was so funny and told him he was named after Maxton. Not long after, he met a little girl named Peyton, who said, "Boy, ain't we cousins? You got to come over and play sometime. You like toys? Well, I got dozens." And Paxton and Peyton are my niece and nephew, and these are pictures that were drawn of them. Shout out to them. At the end of the day, an elder named Mr. Jim came to read a book as planned. He told them about the Battle of Hayes Pond and how Lumbees always defend their land. Henry's heart filled with pride. He thought, maybe I do belong. He started to see he wasn't alone. He had a whole people to make him strong. And later on, the elder said, "Son, come sit with me a spell. I know your family real good. I know that you'll do well. Henry, don't you know there's much power in your kin? And when we ask who's your people, we want to know who you are and who you've always been. Now go on now, get on the bus, tell your mom and daddy I said hey. I'll probably see you at church this week or at Fuller's on Sunday." Henry walked off so amazed, saying bye to Mr. Jim, thinking, these really are my people. They know me and I know them. Thank y'all for listening to this book reading. I hope that you know that it truly is a love letter from me to my people. I'm very, very proud of being Lumbee, very proud of being Indigenous in general. And this book is something that I wish that I had had growing up. But sometimes you don't get the flowers, you don't get the garden, you just get the seeds. And so for me, this was my seed that I planted. And I hope that it has blossomed in the hearts of so many Lumbee children out there. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to purchase it, it is available on Amazon. If you don't want to support Amazon, that's totally understandable. You can just watch this TikTok video because, hey, times is hard and inflation is real. So I hope y'all enjoyed the book. If you have any questions or want a breakdown of any of the images or want more of a backstory, just let me know and I'll make a separate video for that. Thank y'all.